Two friends and I got bored one summer night and decided to drive up into the mountain to a spot that overlooks the town. It's a rough dirt road and we were in a VW Rabbit. We finally make it to the little clearing on the side of the road and pull over. There are no houses on this road for miles, and we didn't see any other vehicles the rest of the night. So we get out of the car. It's pitch black except the lights of the little town at the bottom of the clearing miles away. We are all kinda bullshitting as we get out, and something gets our attention. We all turn and look at the same time and see this thing running through the woods about 30 feet from us. Now this thing looked like a person, except it was glowing. Remember, those glow-in-the-dark stars you could stick to your ceiling? It glowed at about that intensity. So we watched the thing run, pushing branches out of its way and what not. We all get back in the car without a word and start driving off in total silence. About 30 seconds later, someone finally says, "What the fuck did we just see?" The best answer we could come up with, as crazy as it sounds, was that we saw a ghost. All three agreed we saw the exact same thing. So a couple years go by and I'm with the older brother of one of my best friends and we're just shooting this shit. I bring this story up expecting him to laugh at me, and he gets a shocked look on his face and asks if I'm serious. Apparently his teacher in high school had told them he saw the exact same thing run across that road in front of him one night. Made me feel a little less crazy. When I was 14, I had just moved to another state. My bedroom was sparse. I didn't even have a bed frame, just a mattress on the floor. Next to my bed was an alarm clock that had big, large red numbers in it. I laid down on my bed, put my hand on my pillow, and I looked toward my clock. The time was 10:24. I blinked, literally blinked. The clock said 10:24, but it was morning. Light was coming through the window. I swear I didn't sleep. I literally blinked and it was 12 hours later at the exact same time. I spent the rest of the day in a tired haze. Like I had stayed up all night. All I know is I had just gone to bed and blinked and now it was morning. Every time I hear those conspiracy theory shows on the radio about time skips and wormholes in things, I always wonder if that's what happened to me. But it is by far the freakiest thing to happen to me. This happened literally Friday night. My son is about 10 months old and absolutely hates sleep. He will sleep in his crib until about 3 or 4 a.m., then wake up screaming for a bottle, then spend the rest of the night in our bed. Friday night, he woke up screaming and I got up and went to the kitchen to make him a bottle. I turned towards the nightlight in the kitchen so I could pour the water to the right level when I heard a woman humming in a soothing way behind me. It wasn't like a quick thing. It was a full 10 seconds of My son started screaming even harder as soon as the humming stopped. I dropped the bottle and booked it to our baby's room to check him and our room to make sure it wasn't my wife. It was fine and she was dead asleep with the door still closed like I left it. I had to wake her up. He has no toys that make the humming sound I heard. I still have no idea what the fuck it was. The freakiest part was how hard he screamed when it stopped. I used to live in a one-bedroom apartment with a den. In the den, we had a spare bed for visitors or whatever. One night, my boyfriend was super sick, so I went and slept in the spare bed. In the middle of the night, I had what seemed to be sleep paralysis, where I couldn't move but was seemingly awake. In that state, I saw a dark figure walk into the room and just stand over me for a while, like the dark figure was right over my face. The next day, I was very freaked out. I told my boyfriend and he asked if I was joking. The same night, he saw a dark shadowy figure in our bedroom, pacing in front of the bed. He said he slept with the light on all night, which had explained why it was on the next morning when I went into the room. This happened about a year ago, and we haven't talked about it since. We would rather forget that entire night happened. Stayed in a hotel with my girlfriend. We went down to the pool for an hour, and when we came back in the room, there was about a dozen small handprints on the window. Now I was freaked because we would have noticed them when we first went up to put our stuff in the room. Later, talking to a guy at the front desk, he said the hotel is haunted and a lady threw herself and children from the balcony of the floor we were on.